When you hear people talking about as above, so below, as within, so without, and that whole thing, it is so true, but it is important to understand what you're actually saying, right? A lot of times in the spiritual community, people are just quoting and saying things that they hear everybody else saying and don't even know what they're saying. So when you hear something like that, it comes from the Emerald Tablets, Hermes Trismegistus, and he says, that which is above is from that which is below, and that which is below is from that which is above, working the miracles of one. And just by listening to that, you can understand and start to grasp just how powerful that is. And he's basically saying, right, you are the microcosm of the macrocosm. Nothing is separate. And when you start to get into the esoteric knowledge and start to read the Bible, right, because a lot of people in this community hate the Bible, but it's because they don't understand half of what they're even talking about. And you know, you can find all of this stuff about your own body, your mind, and astrology inside of the Bible if you can read it correctly, right? When we talk about the number 12, the number 7, these things are symbolic. 7 is written in the Bible over 100 times because it is symbolic for your 7 chakras, right? That is the below part. And then the above part is these 7 luminary planets. Back in the day, they called them the wandering stars. When we talk about the number 12, right? You have all of these things in the Bible that reference the number 12. It's talking about not just the 12 zodiac signs, but the 12 cranial nerves that surround your brain that, you know, basically don't give you consciousness, but it makes you do everything that you can think of. When you hear things like Ezekiel has his vision, right? And he sees the 4 creatures that are holding up the throne. This is for the 4 fixed signs, right? You have Mark, Matthew, John, and Luke. These represent the 4 fixed signs in the zodiac. You have Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Also the 4 seasons, summer, winter, fall, and spring. Everything is correlated. Everything has an above and everything has a below. And it's so important to understand that. And I find it beyond interesting when you can dive deep into this stuff and get it, because then the entire Bible will make sense to you. You won't question anything anymore and be like, oh my gosh, this doesn't make sense. Why would they bring this up and then this and it contradicts and all these things? You'll understand everything.